What's dangerous is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. And you can never force nobody else to wear them.
Things I think while I lie awake and contemplate tonight are wearing me out. Well, maybe tomorrow the world will wake and get it right, but I have my doubts, yeah. During the day, well, I design machines of war that scream through the sky. 'Cause I, for one, I like to go to bed free at night under these stars and stripes. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. Yes, I have my doubts, but they'll wind you up and pull the cord until you're spun right out. And I don't understand. Roll the dice and raise the price to feed the machine's mouth. Call it the progress of man. And I have my doubt that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts. And I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. I have my doubts, so I'll drink my stuff and raise some hell and shoot my guns to the end of my time. You can have the booze and go to hell and take the guns, but I know they won't be mine. I have my doubts. So we're all messed up and out of touch. Let's text someone who's in the other room. So don't wonder why we don't say hi or know anyone. I might as well move to the moon. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. Well, the things I think while I lie awake and contemplate at night.
Howdy, howdy, everybody. I believe I've got everything working and functioning tonight. Fun times. Yeah, the news today wasn't any better than it has been lately. Things are definitely looking to escalate in the Middle East quite drastically. I put out a video earlier um, that talked about how there was another round of attacks against U.S. bases. I think you can expect to see that really ramp up. I think they're just, to be honest, I think they're just getting started. Um, I think that they're going to increase in frequency as well as severity. And like I say, I have a sneaky suspicion, um, that they're going to get one ship. I just got a sneaky suspicion they're going to get one ship, right? I think there's a lot of people that can kind of see the writing on the wall. Um, it looks like the United States is going to pick this particular moment in time to go after Iran. And I've thought real long and hard, war gamed all the scenarios out. And I think if the United States, depending on how the United States played it, they might be able to fight Iran and still keep Russia in the proxy war game. Because I mean, you think about it, right? The United States, they really don't care what happens to Ukraine, right? There's many other nations. They wouldn't give a damn what happened to them. They just use them. And Ukraine's one of those nations. And, I think United States should use just about any nation. Um, and I think that they would definitely um, like to see more warfare because their friends are making tons and tons of money. And, well, that's apparently what keeps the world going these days, or at least these last couple of centuries. Um, Man, I don't think it's going to go well. I don't think it's going to go well as far as the international situation goes. I don't think it's going to go well as far as the domestic situation. Oofta. Um, we've definitely got a full plate in front of us, for sure. Um, got an article up that just came out right before I went live. So, anti-Israel protesters occupy New York Times building. Says a large crowd of demonstrators swarmed the New York Times headquarters to protest the outlet's coverage of the Israel-Hamas war, barging into the building and briefly occupying its lobby. The protest kicked off around 4 p.m. on Thursday afternoon, beginning at the New York Public Library in Midtown before descending upon the New York Times office. Hundreds of activists took part in the march, many seen with Palestinian flags and signs carrying anti-Israel slogans. So, um, just wanted to pass that on. I'm going to just jump right forward and get the ball rolling. It's my Friday, so I definitely won't be upset if I make it an easy night. It works better if you have it up front. So, this is what I did a report on earlier, but I wanted to take you for a tour. I suppose we should probably reload the page. Anywho, just in case. Let's go down now. This article I have up. Did they add some? No, it don't appear so. Of course, you already know that we're likely looking at a protracted war in Gaza. Bulgaria, green light from Parliament for the acquisition of 183 Toma strikers. One second. Okay, 183 Toma strikers from the United States of America. So, and I thought that this was interesting. The Russia-Japan agreement on the reduction of nuclear weapons is finally over. Moscow is leaving after 30 years. So not only um, has weapons controls, if you will, been negated between U.S. and Russia, now between Russia and Japan. I think you're going to be able to see a trend of this. I don't think there's going to be more treaties signed. I don't think so. I think all countries involved are going to be in a full on arms race. No doubt about it. Leopard 2 versus Abrams M1A2 tank battle says the Russians destroyed the Ukrainian 42nd Motorized Brigade in Donetsk. 140 soldiers were killed. If you couldn't tell, they're saying that they wiped out the brigade. Okay, so things aren't going well for Ukraine. Wall Street Journal's reporting a CIA plans Gaza handover to Egypt, but President Sisi rejects the U.S. proposals. That goes to say what I've said many times before, that this whole plan of making that was a bit loud. This whole plans of just making the decisions for Egypt what they're gonna do with the people. That's kind of crazy. And that's mainly of those that I wanted to show you.
Testing.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Steve. I guess maybe he can't hear me. Let's see. This is an article that was very concerning when I read it. Article says take revenge from Moscow. Russia gave Hezbollah supersonic anti-ship missiles, P-800 Onyx, and Chinese C-802s in her arsenal. So apparently they now have those devices. Now, I see that anti-ship missile, and I'm thinking, you don't say. I put that video out earlier to where it shows the Iranian equivalent to Russia's system in a box, if you will. They've got these systems that's been known about for a while. And then basically, they're essentially storage containers, shipping containers, and they house a missile and a missile launching platform. So, and they, pretty effective with being able to get in and out of places and stuff like that. Well, they've got different systems. Some of them are mounted on the back of trucks and stuff like that, and Iran is known for having them, namely the ones mounted in trucks. And just you put two and two together here, and like I say, I think there is going to be a time pretty soon in which we are going to see a U.S. ship get taken down. So, can you hear me now, Steve? Let's see.
Yes. Do you hear
Oh,
me?
yeah, I do, but there's like apparently
Hello?
about a 20-second delay. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know what. I'll get those memory cards maybe tomorrow and to see if that doesn't help.
Okay, copy that on getting the cards possibly tomorrow, and we'll see if that's what it is. There's two things: latency and lag. Latency is the you know, your computer itself running slow, and then, you know, lag can be a slow internet connection. But I assume you're not on dial-up internet, so you should be able to do this just fine.
Yeah, and that's what gets me is it worked before, even with my other microphone, and then with these it worked well. So I don't know,
Well, it
but
was
we'll
working just
try to.
then. It was working just then
Okay,
because the moment that I stopped talking, you started replying. So it's working now.
okay. See, and I'm clearing. One thing I can do, I can dump the RAM memory.
Uh-huh.
It builds up, and I can click on this thing, and now I've got the best performance achieved. But uh, my RAM memory is lacking, I would say, with
Are
that.
you
Now
are
you
you
think
still
those?
are you still using Firefox? Chrome.
Yes.
Chrome.
Yeah. Well, I just
It's a
can't.
browser. It's not it won't make your frappe or your mochaccino and all that stuff, but it's a browser. It does great for that.
Yeah, I know. I, they always they always try to sneak it on there with some download or something that's got the boxes checked, and if you don't want it, So I read all those come on deals pretty carefully, and I just soon not
Uh,
have it. But
that's fine. That's fine. That, you know, it's kind of one of those deals when you got a tech telling you what the problem is.
okay,
There's no difference,
okay,
man. If you
uh,
think that you're hiding anything from they, those, them by using Firefox over Chrome, no.
yeah, okay.
I mean, it's not. It's just not.
I just, Mike, I just honestly, years ago, I didn't like the way Google acted. I didn't like what was showing up, and
Right.
I just never used them. I used Yahoo and stuff. It just there was something that with my close to the vest type of security, I just didn't like
Well,
it.
and there's other
But
ones too. You can find another one. That's fine. Get the hell away from Firefox, dude. I'm telling you, it sucks. It's
okay,
laggy, it's slow, it's a piece of crap. It is a piece of crap.
okay,
I can't
I
tell
will.
people that enough.
I,
People
yeah,
are
okay.
convinced.
Well, that's
You know,
I like.
and that's why I use Chrome. I just use Chrome because it's simple, it's basic. That's all it is a browser. And there's others.
Okay,
I don't know the names of them, but there's a ton of different browsers out there. Just pick one that's not Firefox. So, because
okay,
Firefox wants to like get your bathtub water ready for you, and you know, it's
okay.
crazy the crap that automatically gets installed and turned on just by installing that one program. So,
Yeah. Well, I will
and
say I do know about random access memory. I do know. And I've changed it out and improved, increased them on like other computers. And I don't know, it's just my hard drive, my personal hard drive and memory just is not up to snuff. I just didn't. I
right,
don't know
it's your
why.
resources.
Uh,
You're running out of resources, and that's why
yeah,
I'm
well,
telling
yeah,
you that. Right, that's why I'm telling you
yeah.
about that browser because that browser is causing you to
Yeah,
use a bunch more resources that you don't have to be using just to be using a
yeah.
browser. That's
Well,
my
and
point.
something might have changed with it, Mike, that is eating up stuff that wasn't a week ago or 2 or 3 weeks ago or whatever like that with one of their updates.
Right. Yeah. See, I don't know. I've been doing this show for 10 years with Chrome and never had an issue. So, I don't know. Don't know.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
I
right.
just
I
I
just
just use what works. That's all
I
I do.
just
Just use what works. Um,
you ever have you ever seen the original uh the body snatchers,
I don't know.
the
I don't
movie?
know. I think so.
Okay. Were the pod people?
Yeah.
They leave the pots. Yeah.
Yeah.
With Kevin, I think his name's Kevin McCarthy. I think that's his.
Was there a
But yeah,
remake or
that
something?
really. Oh yeah, there was one with Donald Sutherland, and it just to
Oh,
me, I like the original one, and
wait.
it's
Was the
basically a
original black and white?
metaphor about. Yep.
Okay, then I probably didn't see that one. I probably
Yeah.
saw the
And
one,
the
the
story that
remake.
yeah, when the remake was made quite a while ago, maybe
Okay.
back in the 80s too. But I mean, I'm talking about the other one is probably in the 50s or 60s. But you ought to see it, and it's a metaphor for communism,
Oh.
is becoming taken over.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well.
anywho, I don't want to interrupt your show and all that. So tomorrow, but I mean, the moment you started talking about that increase in the memory, I said, "Oh, geez,
Yeah.
how could I forget that?" So, yeah, what I really need to be doing is driving a 185-mile-an-hour sports car or flying a high performance airplane where you got prop and the gear and all this stuff going on. Yeah, that's what I really need to forget something doing that. So
Well, see, and
it's against.
you can only imagine what we do in the flight sim. It is just insane. What we have
Yeah.
to do to get that to run with good performance and good visuals, but it's great. I've been I've been working on an aircraft as well. I've been we showed it the other day, that little twin engine little jet.
Oh, you mean well, to me, the moment I saw it, it looked like one of these companies that build
Well, and
sailplanes.
that's kind of what it's
Uh,
modeled after. It's a Caproni. It's Caproni's last design.
I'm sure, aren't they a sailplane maker too? Because it just
Well, that's what they made. That's what they made. This
okay.
was,
Well,
I
that's
think they
why.
considered this a motor glider.
Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
sent you a picture and I couldn't find that. Years ago, I was a member for about, I don't know, probably 7, 8 years, member of the Soaring Society of America.
Hmm.
And I did fly one. And, but that's a doctor's rich toy.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. Not around here. It's not around here. That's a common man, really, to be honest. Well,
they got,
maybe, huh?
they got sailplanes. You see them, or there's a field or something. Usually, there's a field
We've got
someplace.
I believe 3 fields that right in the area for sailplanes. I know 2.
Okay.
One of them we've got just outside of town here. Yeah, we got sailplanes. There's a lot
Yeah.
of days there's sailplanes in the skies above Highland.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, where they got tow planes, and
Yep. They got
people know what they're
plenties.
doing.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep. Absolutely. And
but
here.
it's different. But boy, they're yeah.
Oh, I was just saying here it's just
You there?
I'm here. I think there's just a little lag coming in. But yeah, it's just kind of your common guys. So with them here, so it's not like
Well,
you're
there
really
was.
wealthy.
I, I pulled up one of those sites that sell sailplanes, and
Hmm.
there were some Schweitzers and stuff like that.
Yep.
I don't know what the life of, there was 8, 10, 12, $15,000, which
Hmm.
of course the whole thing is you really kind of need help and you need a tow and
Right.
all that stuff. And
Right. There's a big expense to it.
yeah, well, and you got to, if you land out in the middle of some place, then you got to go pick the thing up. And
Yep, it's much cheaper just to get into FAR 103 ultralights. It's a lot cheaper. you know.
Yeah, I know that.
No license. You don't have to worry about somebody towing you up. I mean, it's all
You
it's
need a
all easy.
license to fly?
No, not not FAR 103, but
Yeah, right. Uh, no, but that's no. I enjoyed them because there was concentration involved. It's like riding a motorcycle or the cars. The things I did required total uh, attention. You weren't worried about what the interest rates were or who was president or nothing. You're worried about dying.
yep,
So,
yep, yeah.
and it's and plus, I told you this Randy Slitter that owns this Rand's aircraft. I've known him since about I don't know 82 or 83 or something like that, and would fly all his planes.
Right.
I was kind of the
Yeah.
test pilot. I didn't know I was, but once his brother be out there, here he said, "Get in and I'll prop you." I said,
Right.
"Okay." And he says, "Oh, this one we had all apart and we just got back together. Clear."
Right.
What? What? Gee.
Right.
I always
Uh,
pre-flight everything, but
right.
it
Yeah.
just kind of like, gee, there's only so much you can see if you've had this thing all
Yep.
in pieces, and now you just
Yep.
put it together. So,
Yep.
good luck. Yeah,
Okay, let me run through these because I'm gonna need to get out of here at a
that's
relatively
fine.
decent time tonight.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay.
Let's see. Okay, Israel targets journalists intentionally. Gaza reporters share their stories with RT. Now, here's the interesting thing with that. Um, there has been what would seem to be an increasing number of journalists that are being injured and or killed in this conflict. And I find the next headline, I mean, if that isn't interesting enough, now it's coming out that reporters may have been embedded with Hamas, says Israel. Now, I want you to understand that there are two ways to look at this article. One way is as the average citizen that may not realize the importance of some of the rights that we supposedly have in the Constitution. Some of those rights include freedom of association, freedom of the press. And what that allows me to do, we've used that right here. For instance, when David Fry and the Final Four at Malheur Wildlife Refuge had called in and talked to us for, I think, about an hour and a half or so that evening. And, in some countries, that would have actually been enough to have arrested me and thrown me in jail for association simply for that interview, that telephone interview. But here in the United States, we're protected from that. We're supposed to be protected from that. And
Well,
that's
if we
starting to
do that
wane.
now, if we
Right.
do that now, if you
Yeah.
talk to him now like that, or we spent all night with him
Right.
the last night, and have you seen the story on where they're on this big manhunt? They've been after this guy for 24
Right.
hours on one of the J6 guys, and the
Right.
FBI says it may take years to round up all these people. I mean, that
Right.
just is, gee, many Christmas
Yep.
people.
Yep. But
This
yeah, I
is
mean, it's
well, we need to find a moment when, okay, they come on to where they think, a tip. You can always
right.
call in a tip and say, yeah,
Right.
we think he's
Right.
over there in a kill zone to where they walk into
Right.
it and there's about guys that just
Right.
wham. Yeah,
Right.
that ain't that shit.
Right. So
Go ahead.
anyway,
Sorry.
what I
I
was
was,
saying
yeah.
was it's important that we be allowed to have these these connections, and to be able to do so without fear of repercussion, fear of some type of
Well, that, Mike, I not to interrupt and not to argue with you, but I'm afraid that ship's already sailed.
well, and it has, but I don't want to get into semantics right now. So
Okay.
I like I said, this here, and you can see by the article, I'm going to read a little bit of the article. It says Israeli authorities demanded an explanation from several major Western outlets on Thursday after an NGO accused 6 Palestinian photographers who documented the October 7 attack of being accomplices of Hamas. The head of the Israeli government press office, Nitzan Chin, asked AP, Reuters, CNN, and the New York Times to address the involvement of their photographers in the events of October 7th, which crosses every professional and moral red line. And that's where I have to say stop. Because for a very long time, there have been journalists embedded with individuals that are known terrorists, known bad actors, known war criminals, and nothing's come of it. Why? Because they're press. And many nations, for a long time, have allowed freedom of the press to associate with people, because that's part of being pressed. That's part of being getting the story out, and that's the only way that you can get the actual truth out. And that's where the problem comes. And I think what's going on is I think Israel is running into some issues, especially involving journalists. One of these issues, and now this is video that apparently was provided by I guess, the Israeli military, I guess, and this is video that was provided, well, from the Israeli military to the Israeli media, to the public, and apparently
Harvested,
it seemed,
participants.
well,
that's
it
that's an interesting word.
right. What I'm hearing was going on is that there was a point in time, basically, that the Israeli military was shooting anything that moved. It didn't matter if it was Israeli, it didn't matter if it was Hamas. If it moved, it died. And apparently, and again, this is from reports, there was a fairly long length of time that this was going on. So, in other words, it's possible, I'm not saying it is, but it's possible, if this turns out to be true, that many of the casualties inflicted on October 7, I think it was, on October 7, could have been at the hands of IDF. So it wouldn't be the first time that stuff like that has gone on. And in fact, like I said, I have a feeling that we're going to have a ship go down real quick, and it's probably going to be what kicks off the big shindig. So I got this article here. No possibility of Gaza ceasefire, says Biden. Says U.S. President Joe Biden has ruled out any hope of achieving a lasting ceasefire between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. It says none, no possibility. Biden told reporters outside the White House on Thursday when asked about the chances of a firm cessation in hostilities. So, you know, he's apparently gotten them to at least talk about going along with a 4-hour pause each day, and we'll see how that goes. I mean, it's not like they didn't have a plan laid out for the people before and then turned around, and as they're walking to where they're being told to go to, they get bombed. So, I mean, there's a lot that's going on that is just indescribable. Not going to get deep into this. You probably heard about it 12 dozen times by now. A 77-year-old U.S. Panama citizen shot and killed 2 climate activists for blocking his vehicle. And so,
Okay.
yeah, that's making big news right now.
Well,
I mean, it's crazy, but you know, and I don't. I'm not going to try to make any excuse for it. I'm not, because there is none. But people need to understand that right now is probably not the good time to really test people. People are kind of pissed, and little, even to me, that's a little thing. Not somebody shooting somebody, but blocking the roadway in protest. To me, that's a little thing. But that's me.
well,
That's
there's no, they use that reference, about free speech or whatever, a crowded theater. There's no law that keeps you from yelling fire in a crowded theater. You can if you
no, you
want.
can, right? But
You can stand out in the road, and we're all gonna be dead in 5 years because the sun's
yeah,
gonna blow us up or something. So,
yeah.
okay,
So this is
couldn't
this
resist.
this here is another. I've been saying a lot lately about the whole Great Deception thing, and about the
Oh,
individuals that are running the religion show on the planet. Um, Probably aren't the ones you should listen to, but that's just going by this
really?
little, yeah, this little book called the Bible. It really lays out who the people that are running the show today. It really lays out who those people are. And all it really takes is somebody to open their eyes and blink a few times and go, oh, wow, wait a minute. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, that would have been like us putting Hitler in charge of the world, would it not? I mean, really, it's not much different. Putting the 2 religious organizations responsible for the death of our Messiah in charge is definitely like putting Hitler in charge. It really is. It's crazy. Crazy. Oh, by the way, Exhibit A, right there. Exhibit A. Okay. Now we're to headlines. Let me have a sip of coffee. Yeah.
It's in the contract.
It is in the contract, but I got to work something else in the contract because it's hard to take a drink with the headset on.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah,
Get you a sippy cup and a straw or
I
whatever.
was thinking of that, but I don't know how much I like the idea of that with coffee. I have a feeling I'd have plenty of burnt tongues. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Ah, yeah, I am freaking whooped. I have just been having a heck of a time with this time change getting back.
It's a mess.
Uh,
It kills
yep,
people.
it's not. Okay, Russian diamonds leave G7 divided. Sanction Israel, says Belgian Deputy Prime Minister. Apple co-founder hospitalized following suspected stroke, says media. U.S. debt to top $50 trillion, says Bank of America. Ukrainian drone drops cluster bombs on Russian town, says governor. EU set for recession, says ex-ECB chief. And we've been talking about these headlines of these recessions now like every day for a week and a half. Let's see. Earth should be a planet of dogs, says Zelensky. U.S. aiming to kill major Russian energy project, says official. You mean another one? Because I'm pretty sure they've already done that a few times. Global changes driving Russian economic development, says Putin. Longest ever Hollywood strike ends, as if we care. Demand for Chinese language teachers surges in Russia, says a report. Putin reveals Russia's closest alliance. I covered that one. U.S. will run out of paper to print dollars, says Kremlin. Oh, no, that's why they're going to digital currency, so they don't have to waste the money on the paper no more. Russia can't be defeated on battlefields, says Kremlin. Prominent Spanish politician shot in the face. Hey, you know you live in a bad country when all you do is run for office and get shot in the face. Ukraine has no Russian minority, says Deputy PM. Airline to honor $1.37 flights after booking glitch. Russia-China trade approaching milestone data. Trump would consider Tucker Carlson for vice president. Russia's oil and gas revenues hit 18-month high. EU Parliament asked member states not to seize Russian cars. U.S. ambassador laments scary Biden poll numbers. Gaza death toll could be even higher, says U.S. official. A number of Russian army recruits in 2023 revealed. Crypto boom unveiling the mysteries behind Bitcoin's price surge. UK regulator details plans to police online behavior. Video chat famous for all the wrong reasons deleted by founder. Regime change needed in Israel and Palestine, says Clinton. Stop sending nudes, says Russian official to women. No possible. Oh, covered that one. EU won't keep promises to Ukraine, says Kremlin. Russians warned about traveling to the U.S. And Putin visits Ukraine military operation headquarters, says Kremlin. So we did cover that other one. And I think Steve might have been lagging. You want to see how I can cause his cache to clear? Watch this. I'll show you how I can cause his cache to clear and get him in real time. Just like that. Give it a second to catch up. I cleared your cache for you. You're welcome.
I see your room. Oh, you did.
When I do that, when I switch from sharing my screen and back, what that will do is it will actually cause part of your cache, your internet cache. It will cause it to clear. It's actually a part of their website that they probably should optimize a little bit better. So, I don't know nothing about that stuff, but yeah, they should probably.
This is Chrome, huh?
No.
I know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, they
some group of people.
They've got a lot of memory leaks and just kind of clumsy coding. So, and I'm sure they'll work through it.
Yeah.
But it does. It builds up cache on the user side. It'll build up cache after a while, and I've noticed that. And so I noticed that I could clear it for myself just by stopping the screen share. And so I knew it would clear it for you as well. So, but yeah, it did. I knew you were lagging because I could hear you laughing a little bit when I made the one joke, and that was like 20. That was like 20 or 30 seconds after I said that I could hear you laughing just a little bit. And I'm like, he's lagging. I'm like, I'm going to fix that. And as soon as I got done with with reading off the headlines, I stopped sharing my screen. And sure enough, pink, you were there right there in real time.
Well, how do you overcome that? How do I say, or a person overcome something like that? If it's, will this memory upgrade help that, or?
Oh yeah, it'll help it. Yeah. You shouldn't be running out of resources just for what we're doing. No, you shouldn't be running out of resources. It's probably a number of things, but yeah, that definitely will help you tremendously. You'll see.
That Foxfire.
Firefox, yeah, I'm telling you, man, that thing will slow any computer down.
I guess they don't know there was a movie called Firefox.
Yeah, I did. Yep. About a plane. Yep.
Yeah, they probably don't. That's why, that I can never remember the right way to say that. I guess it's opposite of what the movie is that
Right,
Clint Eastwood played in, where he stole the Russian
right,
jet,
right.
which was pretty good. He's done so many good things all through his career. But it was an interesting movie. But anyway, I get them confused. I want to say Firefox because I just
Ah.
Foxfire, really? Foxfire? What the hell is that? I know what a Fox is.
Well, and
Anyway, are you wanting?
there
Oh,
was a book series. There was a Foxfire book series too. Very popular
oh,
one.
okay,
Yep,
yeah,
yep. Okay, well,
okay,
I am gonna get out of here, and
okay, dog.
I'm gonna try to get some rest tonight. Like I said, I've been really screwed up ever since this time change. So,
Yeah, it really it the first night when I woke up, and it kind of then I realized, it wasn't 5 o'clock, it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was saying, it just, geez.
I'm looking
And
forward to
usually,
tomorrow.
what's tomorrow?
Well, it's Friday, and I don't do news, and I do really back off of the news. I still pay attention to it, but I usually don't
Yeah,
do any deep dives unless I need to. If I need to, I will. But for the most part, Fridays and Saturdays, I don't do deep dives. And I plan on spending plenty of time finessing that plane tomorrow and getting it exactly where I want it. So,
I see. The glider, the jet
yep,
glider.
yep. I've got that thing where it cruises at about 340, 350 knots right now, which is beautimous.
Well,
So,
I
and
think
I've
it'd
got,
be that
huh?
sim flyer that flying thing. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't. It doesn't. Oh, it doesn't comp. It doesn't act like the real aircraft
Well,
you're flying is for.
that's what they intend when they make the aircraft. What I'm doing is I'm modifying those files so it doesn't fly realistically anymore.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
putting
Yeah.
I'm quote unquote putting bigger engines in them and doing the impossible things like increasing the Oswald
Yeah.
efficiency factor. You know what I mean? I mean, you normally your Oswald efficiency factor, you're going to be kind of stuck with that, you know. But see, with the
Well,
sim, I can play with all of that. So what I did,
yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I actually did increase the Oswald efficiency factor quite a bit on this
Uh,
aircraft,
well, it's
so it could
just the
fly.
characteristics. When you get in a real simulator, the stall's gonna be there. Everything's gonna be there.
Oh,
And
you should see. I'll show you.
so
I need to get out of here tonight, but I will show you maybe Sunday night or something if you're here. I'll pull up one of the
okay.
files and show you all of the different stuff that I can change. You'll look at it and you'll be like,
Okay.
"Wow!" I mean, because you can get as fine detailed as you can imagine in
Uh,
all of that. Yeah,
well, that
I'll
was
show you.
one of the games about the only games I played because the kids were young and they were playing it, and it became kind of interesting. Was that Nintendo 64? That
Hmm.
Mario Kart, and then they had chess
Yep.
games. And I started as they were phasing that out. I could pick up those games, pretty cheap. But
Hmm.
they had a NASCAR one with the real tracks. And those cars, I mean, when you got them up to speed, they were right there on the edge. They were
Yep.
drifting the whole works. It was
Yep.
something.
Yep, that's this is going to be my little Corvette airplane. I'm going to love it. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here,
Okay.
and
Okay. Very good.
I
Do
will
your thing,
talk to
and
you
I'll.
soon.
Okay.
All righty, folks. Well, I will see you all, God willing, Sunday night. And if anything too major happens before then, I will be sure to put out content. So, anyway, with that, I hope you all have a great weekend. And as always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit. And shalom.